we talk a lot about how patriotic Branson, Missouri is. If you've ever been here for Veterans Homecoming Week, you know exactly what it is we're talking about. But the cool part about this area is we have groups of men and women that get together several times a year to host annual events. Some a long time. In case we got some of our friends from the Branson Veterans Task Force this morning. Now, Bob Smithers here. Bob, you're a usual suspect here on the upside with Josh and them. How are you, Bob?
I'm good, Josh. Thanks a lot for having us today.
Good. Oh, it's always a pleasure to have you. Now that we've got that out of the way, how about you bringing Miss Andrea Brett with you? Miss Andrea, you slide that microphone up? Yes, just slide it. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm so great. Thanks for having us here this morning.
It is so good to see you. I first met the Brett family. I was probably in my early 20s here when I first came to town and whatnot. And it's always a pleasure to see you or your husband, mostly you, and the kids as well. So what are you guys here to talk about today?
Well, we are here to talk about Branson Remembers 9/11, which is an event that has been held ever since 2002.
Wow.
And it is at the Branson Landing at 6 p.m. on Thursday. And we would like everyone to come down.
It's a free event.
It's a free event.
And you guys are just honoring the memory of September 11th.
Yeah. I think that Branson's pretty special. I don't think that there are many cities around the country who are doing this anymore. So it's really important. And just a little bit of a history on this event. In 2002, the city hosted a really beautiful celebration and commemoration for all of those first responders and all of those people who passed away in those attacks. And they did that at what used to be the Grand Palace. And Steve Ware, he was involved in that, and
the late great Steve.
The late great Steve.
You want to talk about a dude that was always there anytime someone needed anything at all? Steve Ware was there.
Yes, he was, and we miss him so much. And after that first year, he carried it on. Decided this is something Branson needs to do every single year, and he brought Tom and I in, asked us to help him produce it each year. And so we've been doing that along with the Branson Veterans Task Force for over 20 years. And it's a beautiful event. Really, honestly, so many people don't take advantage of it, but it's really, really awesome.
It really is an awesome event. Bob, with you being a pretty big member of the Branson Veterans Task Force, talk a little bit about what this event specifically means to you guys.
Well, it means a lot. It's really an honor and a pleasure for us to partner with Tom and Andrea on this. And so it's just a few years ago, I attended, after I moved to town, I attended one of these, and I'm like, oh, this is just awesome. For me especially, I was 50 miles away from those Twin Towers when that happened, working in the West Point Band, actually at the Academy. And so we were close by in the region, and it wasn't long after that I found myself in Manhattan with our band at a function. We do a lot of functions in Manhattan, and we would not be, need to know basis, right? We don't know exactly why we're there sometimes, but we know we're there to play the national anthem at least. And we were setting up one morning in an armory down there, and President Bush walked in. It was just a few weeks after, and we're like, and he just walks in and goes, "Hey, fellas."
I love it.
And so that was quite a moment that I always remember, and that was one of those events in Manhattan that never made the news. And so we don't know what went on, but we did our thing and we left. And so, and plus, I played a lot of funerals as a military bugler up there. There were a lot of firefighters that lived in our county that perished in that event, and so I played several of the funerals up there too. So it really, I got a little closer connection to it, and so it's just great to be in Branson, this patriotic town, and to remember this event, because we have participants in this event Thursday that were not born when this happened.
Isn't that crazy that it's been that long? Like, obviously, this is like, when I was growing up, we heard about the Kennedy assassination. Like, my parents were like, I remember where I was. Everybody remembers where they were. everybody remembers where they were on September 11th, 2001. It's just one of those. It's one of those events. I also appreciate the fact that you guys include the first responders in this, because so many of the lives that were lost on September 11th were from those first responders.
Exactly. And so this is a moment in time, a moment in history that we need to remember every year and teach our younger generation what happened there and why it happened. And as a quick side note, the flags that you see on Gretna Avenue also were the brainchild of Steve Ware that came out of 9/11 and the 9/11 ceremony. So it's called the Avenue of Freedom, and the Branson Veterans Task Force still manages that. And so when you drive up and down Gretna, you see those flags. That is honoring all first responders and all veterans too.
And Steve used to personally place most of those.
Of course he did.
By himself.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course he did. Branson remembers 9/11. That is taking place at Branson Landing. Is that going to be in front of the fountains?
Yes, and you just need to come see those flags in front of the fountains, those gigantic flags, and
I got goosebumps just thinking about
Yeah,
it. Oh,
and
it's so awesome.
at the end, everyone from the audience can come down and help fold the big flag, so they can participate in that way, and then you'll be able to hear Bob play taps.
I was going to ask if
live.
Bob was going to be playing. Dude, I love it, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
But golly, Bob, you know how to wreck a crowd, son.
Yes, he
I mean,
does. Yes, he
seriously, as
does.
soon as it starts, you're just like, I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna be good. No, by the time it's over, it's the waterworks for everybody. How do you keep from getting emotional, Bob, when you play taps?
Well, part of it's probably because I've played it 100,000 times, but that does help. But interesting, as a professional player, every time you do it, you want it to be fresh. You want it to be like you just learned it. And you want to do it better than the one before. And so that really focuses me in that way. So yeah, that's it.
6 o'clock Thursday at Branson
Yes.
Landing.
Yes,
Y'all
don't
come
miss
out.
it.
Don't miss it. A lot of folks come to Branson every year. Millions of people come to Branson. Okay, and when they get here, especially our first timers, a lot of people, they have to be dragged kicking and screaming. Like for many years, I never was in a theater or a music venue ever in the world where I saw someone that did not want to be there. That, like, you see Ed and Ethel sitting on the front row, and Ed, he'd rather be down there fishing, right? Ethel drug him to see the Brett family. And then about halfway through that first half, you see the arms start to relax a little bit, and you see the smile come on, and you know that you've got them. You know that you have won them over. So many of those folks that come to Branson have these preconceived notions. I promise you, you go down to this event, you go down to any of the events that are taking place all over the region. There's an early morning one out at College of the Ozarks as well. You go to any one of those events, and you're going to see the true heart of Branson. I mean, Mayor Larry Milton got the proclamation about Branson, Missouri being the most patriotic city in America. Now, in the immortal words of Mickey Gilley, he said, now, whether it was or whether it wasn't, I don't know, but I submitted it and I got it, right? So that's what we're going with. That is what we're going with. But it's because of events like this, and it's because of folks like Tom and Andrea Brett, and it's folks like the Branson Veterans Task Force that keep these events going year after year after year. Will you and Mr. Brett be performing anything or doing anything, Miss Andrea?
Tom always is there running the sound. We do a really special tribute for that I do with a guy who rings the bell for each country that lost members of their citizenship, and so that's a pretty special thing. This year, it's really cool. Clay Cooper is going to be the master of ceremonies.
Nice.
I don't know Fraser Armstrong. He used to be Moses at Sight and Sound.
Oh, okay.
He has written a really beautiful song about 9/11 called "Some Days Will Always Be Sad," and he's going to be performing that and the national anthem. And what we really, really appreciate is the police force will be there, the fire and rescue, VVA 913 will be there with the rifle volley and the colors, and it's just the most patriotic, beautiful event. And if you go away and you haven't shed a tear, then
then you might need to just go away. You know? I said that, not Miss Andrea Brett. Bob, this event is an hour, right? It's a quick in, it's a quick out, right? But the long-lasting ramifications can be felt forever just by attending an event like this.
Exactly. Yeah, you go away from this event, and our whole focus is to remember.
Yeah.
America needs to remember these events and do these at least on an annual basis. And so you come to go to an event like this, it really will impact you, and it stays with you. And that's our goal.
It really does. And what's great about these events, right, is yes, you will shed some tears. And yes, you will have that remembrance. You will sort of project yourself back in time and sort of go through all the emotions and everything that you went through. But at the end of the event, you're going to feel a little hope. You're going to feel uplifted, and you're going to be like, yes, this was terrible, and this was a tragedy, and this happened. But all of that happened, and everything that happened after has continued to make us the country that we are. And we do still have these freedoms that are so great and so awesome that other folks would want to come and attack to stop us from attempting to have these freedoms. So that makes me want to go out and be extra free. Ladies and gentlemen, it totally does. Miss Andrea Brett, it is so good to see you.
Thank you.
What are you guys got any other projects, or y'all just taking it easy? You got anything you want to shout out? Anybody we need to talk about?
I would love to shout out. First of all, I forgot to say one thing.
Okay.
The keynote speaker for Thursday night is Norm Teed, and he was actually just a couple of days after the attacks. He worked with first responders to actually help with the rescue efforts.
Oh,
so he is a
wow.
treasure here in the area because he has firsthand experience of being there at Ground Zero.
Nothing
in
better.
those early days.
Nothing
so please
more
come
powerful
here, Norm. Yeah.
than that firsthand experience
Yeah.
from someone who was actually there.
Yeah,
That's
so he'll be
awesome.
speaking to us.
Okay.
As far as what we're doing, musically, we have this little small venue,
Mm-hmm.
seats 50 people, called The Nest. And we actually have a concert this Saturday night
Oh,
at The
yes?
Nest. Wesley Allen, he's from northern Arkansas. He's Americana indie folk
Okay.
artist who is going to be doing a concert there. So please come check out The Nest. If you haven't been there, go to nestconcerts.com.
Y'all go check it out. Love the Brett family, a institution here in Branson, Missouri for many years. And, even though the kids are grown and they've got kids of their own and whatnot, Tom and Andrea Brett still here in Branson making a difference.
are.
We love y'all and we appreciate y'all so
Thank you,
much.
Josh.
Bob. Branson Veterans Task Force, son, y'all at it again. What's coming up after our Branson Remembers 9/11 event?
Well, you did mention Branson Veterans Homecoming
just
Week
a little,
earlier on.
just a little thing that we do
Yeah,
here in
so,
town. Just no big deal.
So we're already stressing about all that. We have a lot of events that happen that week, with the Veterans Village, and we have a medics, nurses, combat vets reunion. We have a women's rose petal ceremony, and just on it goes. And so we're deep in the thick of it right now, making sure everything's in place for that.
I cannot wait to talk to you guys again. When it comes closer to time for Veterans Homecoming Week, I know that you are going to be making an appearance somewhere. Miss Andrea, doing your fine veterans tribute that we've seen. This, it's a highlight. It really is. Anytime that you go out and do that, it really is. Bob, hit me up. Let me know when y'all want to come back. I know Pat will. I know Pat will. I get the Miss Pat Beach has the bat phone hookup. Like, it's got a special ringtone and everything on my phone when Pat Beach calls in. I know that Miss Pat needs something. Where can folks find y'all online?
You can see the Branson Veterans Task Force at bransonveterans.com.
Awesome. Guys, thanks so much for coming in. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to come in and chat with me, and taking and giving of your time to host this event coming up Thursday night at Branson Landing. Always great to see y'all. Hey, y'all stick around.